What's crackalackin, folks? Welcome back to Factorio. Welcome back to the Pyanodons mod suite, where I fixed or completed our mall. I just manually put a bunch of simple circuit boards in here so we get at least some inserters, so we actually have inserters for the buildings or for these burner assembly machines here, so we can actually make some progress on building. What are we building? Well, we're building our copper smelting array here with molten copper, and you see it still has a lot of holes in it. We filled out the belts. I connected the mining over here. You can see we're actually out of medium electric poles, and that is because the medium electric poles need copper wire. And if I can find it, it should be here somewhere. And there's no copper. And the problem is even exacerbated by the fact that the lamps actually take the copper wire beforehand. I mean, thank God they're full now, but they will take the copper, beforehand to make the lamps, because before they make the power poles, which is not ideal. So I just went there and put some plates in manually, so we got at least some power poles. We got like 50 power poles available now, so hopefully that gets us through at least hooking up the mines here. Seems like we're connecting some of them. This should have power, yeah. So this one is probably the most critical that it gets placed. And yeah, that should kickstart all the miners, or at least a good amount of the miners, the front here. And of course, the back is filled first. But we need a bunch more power or electric poles to actually make them work. But it looks like they're being brought up here, which is good. This one then enables us mining the ore, and we skip kind of or we merge it here after the unloading. And I uninstalled the bulk rail loaders because they started crashing even when robots would try to put them down, or when it did a robot check or something like that. So they're clearly broken, sadly. So I uninstalled them, and we're just using normal unloading here as well. Down here then, they get filtered, and they should have, the priority should be on the ones that come from the mine directly and not from the train. Right now, there's nothing on the train network that can fulfill that, but you know, the mine should be prioritized. There's another mine here where we could bring in the stuff from here. We still need to hook up borax, where only this part is built. But the most important part right now is that we have at least one building of each here, so we can start making copper, because our copper production is struggling a lot. If we look at copper here, we still have one full belt, and the other ones are, you know, barely existing anymore. It's maybe here actually a full half belt, and here it's just a trickle anymore. So copper is our highest priority. Getting this here all finished is priority number 1, and then building a station here so we can actually deliver it to the bus, priority number 2. But while we're waiting, and we might have to just do some manual crafting later ourselves to get these buildings done with priority, we're gonna try to squeeze tin in here. And the benefit of that is that we can reuse a lot of these stations already. We don't need to copy the entire huge station blueprint over and do it again. We can just bring in tin ore, and that hopefully should be it. If we look at Yavk, what do we need? We need tin ore, we need coke, which we already have. We need borax, hot air, and creosote, which we already have as well. We export stone and tailings, and we also have stations for that. Hi Vix, how's it going? What are you up to this fine evening? All right, so let's get started with that. Coke and borax, yeah, that's what we're gonna work on. And we actually have to check how far we have to build up here. And this one is no longer accurate, actually. So let's remove that and go out and copy the new one over. And we have to also see how we place the station. So, got some doors, nice. I hope they're nice doors and they fit. So if we put our, where are these? The PyRails blueprints here. We need a 6R unloading. We need to put it quite far up. If you look at that. So I'm going to paste it here and copy that over as well. And this is kind of our guideline where we can start working on this. So let's connect these. Oh, I'm off by 1. Great. That's always good when you're off by 1. Actually, we can just delete all the ghosts. Perfect. And then you get undeleted, please. There you go. I don't think it matters for electric poles. They still conduct, but still, it's better to be safe than sorry. I moved again. So we put that one here, and then copy that over into our sandbox. There we go. And this didn't actually delete it. So let's do that. Now this is our template to start from. Here's where we will deliver the tin. And if you connect, and this one is a double-sided entrance and exit. So we will have right side and left side stuff here because we can fit stuff on this side as well, be it just the aluminum and the antimony mining, which is fine. We just put 4 stations here, like one for the aluminum ore to get out, one for the antimony ore to get out, and then for the liquids that are required. I think antimony needs nothing, and aluminum needs... What does aluminum need? Coal gas, actually. So good that we are exporting a little bit of coal gas here because we need it for mining aluminum. But it shouldn't actually be a lot of coal gas, and this one is missing a power pole for it to work. But the idea is that we store coal gas. It gets prioritized to put in here before it ever gets recircled. But the idea is we make syngas first before we make coal gas. And then this coal gas, what's in here, is kind of like a secondary product. We may have to change that and prioritize coal gas if that becomes an issue. But for now, let's go with we produce syngas first until this is full. It's not even full because this pipe was kind of sharing equally between this one and all of these buildings down here. And we are stopped now because we're full on tar, which is good. You didn't realize sins make gas? Yeah. Look at that. You learn something new every day. All right, let's hop into the sandbox and take a look at our ores coming in. We will need 30. I made the plan, so we need exactly 2 belts coming in. So we're going to do this, make them combine here, and put a 2x2 load balancer in here. Put it down to yellow. There we go. And I think we start with the buildings here already because we really want to use all that space. We probably could just build in here, but you know, why not use this space when it's already free and available? All right, the first step that we have to do with the tin ore is put it through 20 automated screeners. So 10 per belt. And we get tin grade 1 and tin grade 2 out of that. So let's get started with this. Where are the automated screeners again? Here they are. And they're not too ginormous, but how many are those? These are 12. So we can actually get rid of 2. This is the length we are working with. So we can just kind of place them here, and then we can just rotate them over. You will be sorting tin grade 1. Oops, I did that wrong. That's what we want. And you have 1.66 in. So we're going to use 2 yellow inserters, I think, and then less than 0.77 out. So we can use a mechanical inserter for this. Right, you are 0.3, yeah, it's far under 0.77, so we can output it that way. Then we need some belts. This one goes out, this one goes in. And some power. Put a power pole here, we don't need it on the other side, and then let's drag that down to all of these. Take it, flip it, rotate it, and copy it for the second lane. So the total output of these will only be 9.9, so we can merge these 2 lanes together, but the initial 30 copper, 30 tin a second will be on 2 belts. So that's why we bring them in like this. Oh, it actually didn't copy over the inserters. Oh no, they are, they're just hidden. Yeah, every second one we make insert on the inside. We could just bring them together. Like this, which would kind of achieve the same. But Might as well. Yeah, we can do that. I don't think it matters, so we didn't even have to do the inside and outside stuff. So let's connect up here if we can with the power. And we already have existing power here, so we connect down here to the existing power network. Now let's add our fake power here, right in the middle. It's easy to spot, and we have power. And then we ingest our fake tin ore in here, or test tin ore, to actually test our processes here. We get the loaders. And we have our first step completed. We take the tin ore and we get tin grade 1 and tin grade 2 out of this. So step 1, done. Then we need 14 jaw crushers to crush the tin grade 2 back into tin grade 1. And the tin grade 1 gets converted into tin grade 3 and rechecked. So actually the tin grade 2 in this case are the lower quality ones, and we gotta reprocess these ones. So we need 14 jaw crushers, 7 on each side, and they take 3 in and have about 5 per second output. Hey Jerry, how you doing? Right, let's hop onto this task then. We can probably squeeze them in here, the jaw crushers. How many do fit here if we put them vertical? If I can find the jaw crushers. How much are these? These are 5. Yeah, we can do this. And put them... You're cooked from game live stream. So much fun and learned a lot. That's nice to hear. Congrats. All right, we just bring this up then. And we have a splitter that says on the right side, you get the tin grade 2, and these go in here. So we actually need to move this over by 1. We might have to move this over by 1 as well because we need to output as well. But what do we output? We have stone. So yeah, we need to move all of that over by 1 as well. So we have a nice empty belt left. You're learning about how to make coke. You think, no, this isn't coke. This is tin plates. Vix, pay attention. All right, so tin grade 2 goes in here. And we need 0.25, so we only need a mechanical inserter in here. And 0.3 something out. This one inserts on the inside. And we need to do a splitter here. Actually, we do that after we put down... No cracks making coke. Coke is already made. See here. Here we have coke in here. In containers, masses of it. And then over here we have coke again. Look at this tower of making coke. Yeah. We don't make coke anymore. We already got all the coke we need. Don't you understand, silly? All right, so let's extend this. One on this side, one on this side, the belt. We copy this over to here. And you now will be inserting on the near side. And one power pole will cover both of these, which is great. What about tacos? It's not Tuesday. There are no tacos today. Sorry. Because I've got the Thai-style tacos in my mind because that's what dinner was. Very nice. Dinner for me was pizza, and it was extraordinary. It was great. All right, let's put these down. Oh, one too many. And we don't need all of this. Now we need the rails. Those cannot go away. They're forbidden from disappearing. Yeah, taco sounds nice. I want the Al Pastor tacos. Please bring some. Thank you. We actually also... Actually, we can bring this down and make it go into the other belt. That works as well. All the way down here. Perfect. We might as well extend this one further. We have to use an underground anyway. Let's make it as long as we can. Now, power. I don't think these exist yet, so I'm still gonna put this one in. Just in case. And that should bring us stone here. That goes out. And then everything else here with the tier or the grade 1. So, stone. We already have a stone output here, and we need to find it and bring the stone into it. Here, this one is the stone belt. We kind of need to bring it... We can just even merge it like this. And bring it up here. And then move it as necessary. Good. Stone is dealt with, but with the stone, before we completely kick it out, we still need to make sand castings. So we're done with this. We take the stone, we make gravel out of it, and we make sand out of it. Because in this case, we don't get gravel from any of these processes. So we need one jaw crusher, and one tar processing unit to get this done. So let's grab the tar processing unit. And then 2 jaw crushers to get this all crushed into sand. So stone into gravel, gravel into sand. And the amounts are 1 per second. So we need one here, and we said we wanted to do a little buffer. Hey Mono, how you doing? Create a little buffer that says output priority, go in here. And we insert at the end here. Yeah, let's do it with the yellow inserters, even though we don't have too many of them. And it should only be 0.7 and 0.6 going forward. So this one actually can be a mechanical inserter. Actually, this can be a mechanical inserter as well. We don't really need much more. Honestly, no, we need 1 per second. So this needs to be a yellow inserter. Now we bring power up here. And creosote up here. Which is here. There we go. And we have creosote. We should have stone any second now. And that is the next step completed here with the sand castings. Now we actually have this step first. We need another 15 automated screeners to get through the tin grade 1 and give us tin grade 3 and rejects. So let's do that. 15 automated screeners. And while we're at it, let's play some background music. All right. Where do we place these 15 automated screeners? We could try to squeeze them here. How much are 15? This is 15. It would barely fit, but that's too tight. I think we put them here. That's a better spot for them. We also have a little bit of... And also, we need to move them over by 1. So this needs to disappear. And then this can be moved over by 1. So we only have 1 lane here. And then we don't need this second set of power poles here. Important because they're very expensive to us right now because we're short on copper. We turn that belt around. and we input our tier 1 or grade 1 tin. Now it needs some power. Let's give it some power and they can start working now. Very nice. So their output will be tin grade 3 and tin ore rejects. And the total amount of that is about 7. So we can also do the same trick with making it loop around here to get to the output. Overall, it is 1 mechanical inserter that we need here. And I just put 1 down for each building. And then I'm going to change the input side for every second one. So we output equally on each side. The belt does need it, I think. No, the belt doesn't even need it, but it's, you know, good practice to have them on both sides anyway. So that step is done. We're producing some stone, so we should be producing some sand castings that we need to get out of here as well. So let's do that. It can produce 2 per second. What we will produce is in reality 0.24 per second. That's all we need. So a simple mechanical inserter is all we need, but I'm going to put 2 there so we can put them on different sides of the belt and stack them for longer. So let's bring this through here for now. Now we have the rejects after doing this, and we need 8 secondary crushers to make rejects into tin grade 1. So it goes back into that loop here. So we need to make a loop here to get them back in. So how big are impact crushers? I think those were the small ones. So we can probably fit 8 of them here. We do need 8. How much is this? This is 8, perfect. So we can kind of squeeze them in here. Probably don't need much space on this side. There we go. Okay, what you are doing is... Wait, was it not impact crushers? No, it was secondary crushers. My bad. Let's find those. Secondary crusher, how big are you? You're bigger. Those are like 6, 7. We don't fit that by 1. Can we squeeze them on top of each other? Yes, we can. So we put them here. And actually we move this one back here. So this one can nicely go in here in the middle. We need to nudge you down by 1 and you up by 1. Then actually this needs to be filtered to just be the rejects. Did I remove this one by accident? I guess so. So we want to keep this one for obvious reasons. And then we have a splitter here, and on the left side we only have the rejects that go in here. And then you are now crushing the tin ore rejects into tin ore grade 1. Now we have a little problem up here with how tight this is, so we have to be a little bit more creative. And you know, we can do that with the 90-degree inserters, that's fine. 0.33 in. We do this. Oh, I see. This and these 2. And then we can do maybe an underground here to output these 2. Can do an underground here to output Now we have to do an underground under this. And kind of weave through here a little bit. And this doesn't exist anymore. And that is our output now. They need power, and then they should be able to start working. Does that reach both? Yeah, it does reach both, regardless. So, no rejects because I also deleted them when I deleted this. But we know this has only tin grade 1 out here. Let's make the sand castings disappear. A splitter here with input priority left. And then output priority left, just don't put anything in here, but that doesn't really matter too much. All right, these are running. The next step completed in our little tin processing here. Now we need to wash them. So the tin grade 3 needs to be washed by 15 washers, and we get tin grade 4 and tailings. Let's bring on the washers, and now we're kind of here where we can go down further and need to. So let's put 15 washers down. We can actually start all the way up here, maybe here. Wash the tin. And we need water as input and tailings as output. Let's see if we can fit this here. How much input do you have? 0.33, so a mechanical inserter will do. So we should be able to fit this here and make it tileable. And then output is tin grade 4 and tailings. So we will put the tailings here as output. And the tier, or the grade 4 tin goes out the bottom. And also just one mechanical inserter is plenty. And there, one on the inside again, one on the outside. Same here, and then we just copy it down to the end. So we have, was it 4, 8, 12, 16, and we just need one. No, how many do we need? 15? 15, so we can actually delete one of these here that we don't need to build. Perfect. Now these come together. Yeah, I don't think we even want a splitter. Probably just the belts coming together is more efficient UPS-wise. I actually don't know. But these go in here. Need to give them some power. And that should cover all of them. Perfect. They also need water. So let's give them this. And they all should be working now. Yeah, they all have water. Tailings is connected here, but it's not connected anywhere at the bottom. So let's move this further down and connect the tailings up. And we actually can let them out. Here is the pipe. So you can just merge them in here somehow. Perfect, that works out brilliantly. And that goes into tailings storage tank. Perfect. Hey Grabber, or Blabs, how you doing? I'm just building on our tin production here. This whole factory here. And does this need priority? This needs input priority right. So these get prioritized at all times. The stone just goes out, which is perfect. Yeah, these should be inserting on both sides, but I guess it picks from the inside, so that's why we have This requires so much brain power I currently don't have. Ah, nonsense. Doesn't need so much brain power. Just relax and enjoy the show. Alright, so we're washing the tin grade 3 to get tin grade 4 and some tailings, and we get rid of the tailings. Now we need 15 ball mills to get tin grade 4 into tin dust. So first we washed it, and now we clean it again. You're so eepy. Well, I hope you can sleep well then soon. And for that we need ball mills. Another 15. And you make tin dust. How much do you input? 0.3. All of them are 0.33. So we could have just put these next to each other and do direct insertion, but sounds good, Grabber. Have good sleeps. But yeah, I didn't think of that. We could have done that with direct insertion between those because they're all exactly 14.1. So that would have worked, but you know, this is fine too. And it's a little easier to do with the piping if you put it on a belt first. Now we continue power down here. Actually, we don't put that up yet. We take this and put it down 15 times. How much is that? 11, 12, 13, 14. 15. Yeah, and that goes down here. So what's happening? Well, okay, so we take tin ore, we screen it to make tin grade 1 and tin grade 2. Then the tin grade 2 gets crushed into tin grade 1 again. Then we take the tin grade 1 and turn it into tin grade 3 and rejects. The rejects get sorted again and filtered, and no, they end here, that's fine. And all of these have inputs, all of them are working, right? So the rejects give us tin grade 1 again, they come back in here in this loop, and the tin grade 3 is washed to get us tin grade 4, and then the tin grade 4 will be put into tin dust in these ball mills. Hey Muna, what brain power? It's daytime in my country. This is premium second monitor content. Very good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Alright, let's put the power down. We don't even need the last one here specifically, at least. We do the inserters on every second inserter inserts on the inside again. Remove the unnecessary belts, and there we go. Good. Tin dust achieved. Well, now we need to take the coke and make graphite out of it. Yeah, I'm making tin plates in the end via means of molten tin, and everything we just did up to this point is to be able to smelt the tin into molten tin and then cast the molten tin with sand castings and hot air into tin plates. So that's what we're making. Now, graphite. We need 8 high pressure furnaces to make graphite. And we already have the coke up here. So let's see where we can steal it from. The coke is here. If we can, maybe here, get this out. All the way over here, and then we need... How do you beat this game? Well, Pyanodon, this is a special mod. Like, it has lots of research. It takes a while, but there is a research at the very end that's called Pyrrhic Victory. Research this technology to win the game. Did you do it? Yes. What did it cost? Everything. So yeah, you win the game by researching this one technology, and you know, we have researched the green ones, which is already a bunch, and the red ones are all still to come. So you know how far we are in the game. I'd say we're maybe 10% into the game after 143 hours. that hopefully tells you how large the game is. Now, we need 8 high-pressure furnaces. Where do you hide? Here. Yeah, it's a big game grabber. It's like a 1,000-hour game, but it's fun. You just need to put your mind to it. It's not difficult, it's just very long. And I like that, you know, kind of like playstyle that Pyanodon adds, that you have like always, you need to scale, but you have always tons of different new recipes you need to get after. And that keeps it interesting for me. It's like a new Factorio game every 100 hours. Meanwhile, I'm content putting 30 hours into a model kit build. Yeah, that's fine too. I'm kind of building, you know, a model factory here, just, you know, not in real life, but in pixels. You output 0.66. Yeah, one can handle that. You do the offset on the inside. 2, 4, 6, 8. Actually, this side is the one that needs to be cut off. And that gives us graphite. I'll get some power to it. Cut the unnecessary belts, and here we go. We have some graphite. Molten tin is next, so we need 4 electric arc furnaces that take the tin dust, some borax and graphite, and make molten tin out of it. So 4 electric arc furnaces. And those are the expensive ones. They're like 50 megawatts together. But what you gonna do? But they're tiny, which is nice. We need 4 of them, right? If I remember correctly, yep, 4. And we make molten tin out of you. And you need graphite, borax, and the tin dust. How much do we need of each? 4.7 tin dust, 4.7 graphite. So we can put that on a shared lane. And actually, we then turn this lane around and make it come together here. Well, you have a great night, Crack. I'm off to bed now. I'll see you when I get back from the lake. Well, have a great time at the lake, Grabber. Have good sleeps. And I'll see you around. Thanks for stopping by. And the question is, do we squeeze borax in here? We probably could. Where's borax? Here. There we go. Bye! So borax goes here, the other 2 go here, and we need 1, so 3 per second for this. So we actually need 3 inserters that are 4 inserters. It's pretty expensive. And then 1 mechanical inserter. So 1 yellow inserter here. Maybe put a power pole in between. Yeah, and the output is just molten, so we don't need... We don't need much more. Borax is coming in, and the power is connected this way. And they're humming away. Very nice. We got molten tin. Perfect. So now we need the sand castings that we need to have to dig out from where we left them up there somewhere, and hot air. So where are our sand castings? They were lost down here somewhere. So yeah, that's gonna be an interesting journey. Kind of want to jump over here. So we do this. We're at the first molten tin. Yeah, in a sandbox, but still. Close enough. We kind of want to jump over here. Yeah, maybe not like this. And bring the sand castings down here. And we need finally one casting unit. We're almost utilizing a full casting unit, but not quite. That will make us tin plates with hot air. The tin is coming in here. The hot air is coming in here. And the sand castings are coming in from this side. Actually, they come in on top. How many sand castings do you need? 0.25 per second. So a mechanical inserter is plenty fine to do that. You get some power. Where's hot air? Hot air is running over here. So we could even squeeze something else in here if we really wanted. We just don't have the space here to finagle anything through. So this is kind of empty space now. So I can just run the pipeline through here. No problem. There we go. We got hot air and we have tin. On what side does it output? Oh, the output is down here. So we make it so you output on this side. And we have inserters on this side. How much do you produce? 15.7 per second. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 11. 12.5. So we need all of these inserters to actually get all of that stuff out of the factory. Actually, it makes more than one belt, which is crazy. Output priority left. And so we have 2 of these. And yeah, this works fine. We'll just do a balancer here to make it balanced on both sides. Then we have our 2 belts of iron plate that we somehow need to get back here. So that's going to be interesting. We have the space here, so let's go through here. And squeeze through next to the copper belt. We also could put a station here, or could have put a station here, but we're going to use this left side anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. Now, I'd say we follow the copper for a bit, as far as we can, though. And then hop across here. And let's put down a 4 loading. For our loading. Like this. And that will load our plates up. And once this is built, this will be a major improvement to our existing factory, because we then finally have no issues with tin and copper anymore. I'm very excited to have all of this built. I'm actually going to do a... We have 2 to 4. I'm going to give it a 2 to 2 lane balancer before we just simply split it out into... actually, we only need 2. So 2 to 2 lane balancer goes in here. Goes down here. And we should be all happy. Now let's connect these power poles up though. So whichever is connected first, right? And we need lubricant, and lubricant is up here. So we bring that down from this side to, let's say, here. And I guess we can skip here to bring it further down here. And jump over here. Oh, this is tight. All right, does everything have lubricant? No, nothing has lubricant because we haven't connected to the actual lubricant yet. Now, all of these should have lubricant. These are happy, all of these are happy. Cool. This is the tin build so far. We're outputting nicely. We should output 14.9. So with what we craft, we don't even need that second lane. But in theory, this one can craft 15.7 per second. Okay, so this one doesn't work because obviously we can't insert on a side that's already full. So honestly, only one should be needed for that. But yeah, we put it on both sides. It should be fine. And that is like the overflow that this one is actually producing. Let's see, how low do we get? To 21. Yeah, so it is outputting a little bit faster than we are producing. And, you know, this is the 0.7 that's not on the belt. The load balancer should split it out nicely into like, you know, 0.9 on each side. And then it gets loaded equally into our warehouses. Now, we're not going to put this down just yet because, remember, our most important objective was to get this going. And actually, the most important thing is now to get the copper flowing. The copper ore is here. Where is it stuck? So we need just a few belts up there. So we're going to go up there and bring belts manually to make this go in here. And we start as much as we can. I think the most important thing to do is fill all these belts. And then we have to see what buildings are critically missing to make this go. Like, as long as we have one building of each, you know, there's a chance that we make a little bit of copper already and we can ship it, you know, every couple of minutes. How is this one missing? Interesting. I remove this one. This looks ugly. Yeah, so I think that's the plan. We're going to load up with way more than the few belts we have. We're just going to load up the entire inventory. How's our robots looking? Oh, doesn't look very good. So let's refill as well. While we're at it. And do we have plastic? We can make 59 more, so containers. So let's do that because we can fill them and use them. And let's run to our last point of where we made belts with rubber. I don't know if it's much more efficient, but we now should have a very solid rubber production with our Raux Mark II and the latex production that we have. So let's fill it up. Let's walk back over. No, let's walk back to the other side, refill our fuel. And it can't insert that because it's full. Where are the trains made? Do we drop them off? Locomotives. It should be earlier here. No, this is rails. It's made here and I am ahead of it. Not there yet, so let's get there. Drop off the locomotives and stuff like that. We don't need them in our inventory. We can blueprint those, I think, just fine. We can stage them somewhere else. We can let the robots stage them. Ideally, they put them right where they belong. And I just send them to the station then. But yeah, we'll figure that out later. All right, reloading all the fuel for the robots, and then we go up there and start placing buildings manually. Or at least the belts. The belts are the most important now because we don't have enough robots. So 1,000 entities are missing robots, and we're still missing 1,000 other entities. So that's nuts. All right, our refill station is here. Drop them all in. While we're waiting, I'm gonna grab something to drink and be back in a minute. Don't go anywhere. And I am back. All right, how's it looking with these? We're slowly getting through them, still have a few to go. In the meantime, I can start filling up these. Yeah, I hate when that happens. So you have to open them and then put them in there. I don't think we still don't have enough canisters for all of our generators. So what we're going to do is remove one of each from each of these. And that hopefully gives us enough to fill them all to that degree. Last bunch I put in manually. Take them out manually because it's much faster than the inserter. There we go. Thank you very much. And for these ones, we just give them 2 slots, but that should hopefully be enough. We still have space for belts now, so let's fill it up with belts. And our personal train is over here, right? Yeah. Let's call you back here. And do not go somewhere else afterwards. Now I'm just going to make my way over there. I'm taking the direct route instead of going down there in the asphalt. Probably would have been faster, but oh well. All right, our research is actually going well. We did research coal processing Mark II. Coke processing Mark II, which allows us to make red hot coke out of coke and coal and steam, and it gives us red hot coke and 50 coke oven gas. And the red hot coke can be converted into coke and coal dust and 100 steam, which we, how much is that? 5 seconds, 3 seconds. So we need to input steam in order to keep this reaction running. We can make syngas out of coke oven gas and even more syngas out of the flue gas, I think with activated carbon. And then we get outlet gas, and that's something we don't need yet, I think. Let's see. Outlet gas comes hot air stage 3, which is blue science. And more coke processing, which gives us the outlet gas stage 4. We can make flue gas out of it. We can make refined syngas out of it, and we can make light oil out of it. But really, where it's most useful and where its intended purposes is outlet gas stage 4 that lets us make hot stone brick, which gives us even more hot air per bit of coke oven gas or outlet gas. Good. So this one converts it to outlet gas as well, right? Yeah, this completely switches over to outlet gas. But as I said, blue science, very, very far in the future. Nothing that we will concern ourselves now. Outlet gas for now exists, but we're not going to make it because we're not going to use it, I think. Now, where's my train? Here. It takes a while to get here. Actually, we can look here as well. Outlet gas. Outlet gas stage 1 is used in phase 2 cadaveric arums to breed them. Outlet gas stage 2 is used in phase 3 cadaveric arum neutering and harvesting, which is way far away. And then, yeah, this is the blue science one. So for now, there's absolutely no use for them except potentially this. That's also blue science. So these two completely useless until we get further research in blue science. So we're not going to worry about it. All right, for now, coke oven gas is the place, or yeah, is the method that we use to. We can't make it here yet. Why is that? Oh, these rails here are missing. Okay. So let's go to one that is already functioning. Let's go here because it's an output. It won't fill up our train. It might unload coke though, so maybe not. Let's maybe just go out here in front of the station. The good thing is we already have a lot of automated screeners placed down. We already also get a bunch of BOFs, basic oxygen furnaces. We have 2 of the classifiers. We're still missing washers. Am I not making washers down here? Is that the issue? I may not be making washers. That might be the issue here. Yep, I don't see washers. So let's put another crafter down. That makes washers. And hopefully they do have the, we don't have inserters again, so I may need to go down there. Do I still have inserters myself? I do have 18. I may want to reserve 2 here. Yeah, because here all the inserters go bye-bye. There we go. We're not really here for the inserters, even though they're very important. We are really here for the belts, because those are very important as well. Should, you know, we get the iron ore in, the copper ore in, and should we have inserters there, we can get started with at least something. And I do want to remove all the trees and other garbage from here, from my stations and the place I work in. So, yeah, it's going to keep the robots busy, but they prioritize that, and then it gives them all a bit of time to produce more stuff, or my robots take care of it, which is fine too. They're going to have a problem soon with inserting it into my inventory, but that's fine. Come on, robots, we're leaving. And you can see in the turquoise or teal color, these are the ones that are already scheduled for being placed down. So you can see we're making good progress in these buildings as well. And propene has been researched. I don't know what we actually need propene for. Propene is lead plates, syngas, and steam makes propene and water. It leads to oil sands extraction. So let's see what propene is used for. Right now, it's used in allylamine, butanol. So allylamine is very, very late, far away. Butanol is blue science. Carbonyl sulfide is, yeah, rayon, that is pi science 2. So that gets us 2 blue science. Oh, we need it maybe for, no, that's, yeah. I don't think, well, I don't know why it's here. This would be a nice one, but that's also blue science. So it's a far away science that we're not, or yeah, far away recipe that we're not really gonna do anything with for a long time. It has a fuel value of 1 megajoule, so if we have lead plates and steam to spare, we could transfer syngas, which has 400 kilojoules, into propene, which is a better fuel. But right now I think we're relying on gasoline, which also has 1 megajoule, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you swarm out and remove all these rocks and trees and garbage. But really put down the belts. That is what you really need to do. Cannot insert, inventory is full. Yeah, remove all that garbage, please. I could set an auto crash stuff, but sometimes I want to keep those in the inventory, so might as well do it manually a few times. I have to. And now this is the important part. We want to just complete all the belts here so the copper ore can flow in. Oh, even some of the warehouses have been placed on already, which is great. These may have already been scheduled by the base bots, the light blue ones. But we're going to ignore that. We're going to go over them right now. We can have some progress. Yeah, and these inside ones are the ones we don't really care right now because no train will deliver copper ore. And yeah, now copper ore is flowing any second now. Did we actually bring lubricant here? I don't think we hooked this up with lubricant. Yeah, because it doesn't exist here. So this is the lubricant line. We need to do a bit here. Go in here. How do we bring it to the other side? Let's do it this way. There we go. So we should have lubricant in here as well for the loaders. All right, copper ore is flowing. Let's see how far it makes it. These screeners should be working. They're powered as well, which is awesome. So we're gonna have our first processing in the new copper facility. Obviously, we don't have coke, we don't have anything. We need to wait for these stations to be completed. For coke, we actually can start the request almost, because there's 2 inserters missing. That is acceptable. I'd say we start the request for coke. Yeah, you swarm out there. Your job. Take down all that garbage. Well, I set up the Cybersyn combinator. If I have one. Am I out of Cybersyn combinators? Yeah, it looks like it. So we put down this Cybersyn combinator that says request only, and then we need a constant combinator. Hook these up. Yeah, the treacherous thing is that these warehouses aren't hooked up yet, so I need to make sure to not forget doing that whenever I hook up everything. But I do that for whenever I put down the Cybersyn combinators, so it's done at the same time. Now, we want coke. Vix, here's your coke. Just for you. And it stacks to 100. So in one train, there's 1,000, there's 4,000 in a train. So you want to have, yeah, 5,000 available. And the threshold should be 1,000. So, actually, no, the threshold should be 4,000. Once a full train is available, bring it here. And currently it's saying it's not happy. Request only on A, correct. Do we not have Coke available? We have tons of Coke. All right, because the train limit is 0. And now it's going. Perfect. The first Cybersyn train will arrive here any second now with Coke. For the rest, we have to wait for, you know, these stations to be completed. Borax we don't even have yet, so we need to do that next. Bring in syngas here. These two we just ignore right now. We can put molybdenum, copper, oil sand, native flora or whatever in here. Maybe even for native flora, for science, we may use these 2 bays. Because we might need a lot of native flora to do science at some reasonable scale. Good, let's put down many belts, as many as we can. Can insert stone, inventory again, full. Yeah, we should get rid of belts pretty soon. We still have pipe to grounds and normal pipes. Good robots, do your job. Fly out. Also, the copper output is obviously important, but it's gonna be a while until these will be used, these belts here, but let's fill them up. The more we do right now, the less the base robots have to do, which means they get around to it faster. And we're done having everything completed faster. We still are missing 600 or 670 entities of missing construction robots. We're again full. All right, let's do stone. We request nothing and we keep 50 in our inventory. And for raw coal, we want to have nothing in our inventory. For moss, we want to have nothing. And for sap, we also right now do want to have nothing. So please auto trash all of this for me. I didn't bring any rails. I think we do have tons of rails. It's good that these warehouses get put down, that we make some, which is good. And hopefully it doesn't take all too long till this is up and running and ready to go. Yeah, I don't worry about these. The other robots can, whatever, we just pick it up. Because it's 1 robot per piece here, so we might as well all pick it up. Or just collect it manually. There we go. Come back, robots. Yeah, see, they picked up 1 piece of stone each, or 1 block of stone there. Oh, personal logistics, there we go. Now it's actually working. And then we have logs that we also do want to have none of. Good. I should have reserved a few more. And we have the first Coke delivery. Hell yeah. We don't have lubricant, so is the lubricant one complete? No, we don't have the rails to it yet, sadly. So we can't set that up yet. That is another thing. I probably should bring up rails and complete that, because that's very important. Good, how's this looking? Where are we stuck? We are doing this screening. We're getting rechecks in copper grade 3. We're belts missing, so it's good that we brought belts. Good that this chalk rusher is here. It can then make sand castings already, and the tar processing unit is here. Yeah, we have some impact crushers. So yeah, my next trip might be actually getting rails and making sure all these stations are accessible and that we can actually bring in the required materials. Because we need some coke for the basic oxygen furnaces. Hey Cam! Waiting. How you doing? How's the crunch going? You got some free time now? Alright, put down all these belts. So fun. Yeah, I bet. Look at our big copper build that we just put down. And then in that hole here, I just squeezed in our tin production as well. So now what we're doing is waiting for everything to be built because we're severely short on copper and severely short on tin. So these are going to be our first builds, and so many robots, it's actually not that many. I mean, I have 40 on me, but my other robots, let's check the logistics network. In total, I have 479 construction bots and 160 logistics bots. I want like, you know, 2,000-3,000 construction robots. Right now, still 166 entities are missing construction robots, and we miss 1,000 buildings. So yeah. Yeah, 479. A few, you know. All right, belt-wise, I think we put everything down. We didn't even need to bring these masses of belts. There's already a lot down. You doing the gravel crushing in this case? Are you doing the copper grade 3 sorting? No, because you're missing inserters. Okay. So inserters is one big issue, and then rails. So yeah, let's get to that. Inserters, we can manually give the crafting machines the simple circuit boards, which is probably what we do. And then rails, I'm just going to bring up and prioritize finishing these rails. And then warehouses, I don't know what warehouses are stuck on. Which direction do I go? Let's go back to here. I need to drop off my belts, and the rails are closer to the other side, but need to come here anyway. Actually, speaking of, cancel that. We need to get the simple circuit boards. Let's go down here. A train ride it is. Oh, borax, right. We need to set up borax too. And you know, might as well hop out right real quick. And put down, borax needs syngas to be mined, right? Yeah, syngas. Let's put down a fluid requester. Like this, put down landfill. And are we in the building zone here? That's the question. Probably not. Oh, barely. So we are. Is this fully built? This is fully built. So we should put a radar up here. I think I have one on me, yeah. Now, the last radar is a bit away. Let's put this one here. I think now even the robot extension ones come with built-in ability to... Why is this... Why does this count as logistics? I'm confused. Oh, that's my own logistics network. Yeah. Okay, so we don't have a logistics one up here. So we should squeeze one tower here. Now we're looking good. Everything is covered here. This side isn't covered, so we probably should get the rails covered. Not hugely important because it's only power poles, which we were severely short of anyway. But, you know, it doesn't hurt. And then use the shitty power poles to connect it up to what we already have connected. There we go. And music stopped for some reason. An unexpected error occurred. Let's try that again. There we go. Music is back. All right, the robots are already queuing this up, and the pumps, which is great. Only 23 entities are missing construction robots, so the robots caught up. Now we actually just need the buildings, which is potentially the harder part. Also, let's landfill all of this garbage here, so I can work. And we have what? 1, 2, 3, 4 lanes. Yeah, we just want a 4x4 balancer and bring it in here. And we don't need these. Yeah, all of these have inserters. Perfect. We just need the syngas.
Hello.
4x4. Let's do lane balances, might as well. One goes here, one goes here. One goes here. And one goes here. Perfect. And they balance to their individual lanes. Let's do this. This. The next one. And there we go. Hello. Cam, when do you have time to go into the factory again? You gonna stream on over the weekend? Or you think you're busy? Not sure? All right. Wait, this is the wrong way around. These need to point inwards. Oh, the mixer is completely dead now. That sucks. Well, I'm glad you were looking early. Are you going with the bearing now? That sucks. Yeah, that's annoying. Alright, we need to wait till these are built, but then we can set up Cybersyn for syngas delivery. Now we're gonna head down here, get some rails, get rid of all of our extra belts. Mop, how's it going? Yeah, look at this big factory here. We have trains with rainbow trails. Yeah, look how big it is. That's 144 hours of factory building. Oh, please.
Hello.
I think so. I see it's on B&H. Might see how much that is versus Amazon. Here, as I don't trust Amazon anymore for tech. Really? If it's on Amazon, I'd rather order it on Amazon because their returns are so easy. I just have to go to Whole Foods and drop it off, and that's it. Oh yeah, speaking of loaders, I need lubricant here. How are you doing, Mop? How was stream? Let's put another chest here for me to dump these. I don't need them. You've been scammed 3 times. I only order it when it says sold by Amazon and shipped by Amazon. So getting some work done, nice. I'm good. I was chilling most of the day, watched Rare stream, watched your stream, and now I'm finally getting around to playing a bit myself. And then later I need to start up Arma and look through and learn a bunch of mods. And then tomorrow, CD, boyfriend's group is doing an Arma run with a big group, and yeah, I'm really excited for that. It's the first time I'm doing like a big operation in Arma, so yeah, I'm excited for that. Resealed boxes where they stole the items and returned them? Wow. That sucks. Sorry to hear that, Cam. Tet is awful. Yes, thankfully I never had issues with that. Alright, where were the rails? Did I run past them already? They're somewhere here where it's dense. I ran past. Oh no, no, I didn't want that to happen. Shit. All my logistics bots are now storming to me trying to unload my inventory, and then the stone they bring to the other side of the factory, sadly. Why do they do that? Because I guess because there's a stone in here? No, here. I should make all of these except this one just normal boxes, so they stay over there where they're no sold by Amazon option for this audio interface. Yeah, that sucks. Then yeah, might go with B&H is probably the safer variant. All right, sorry robots, you have to. No, I have to figure out where the rails are, and then you need to follow me and then run around. And I'm sorry robots, but I got work to do. Where is it? Right next to Vitroloi. Where am I? Way further over here. B&H won't ship to Canada? Well. That sucks. I guess you need to get a USB microphone. Does Adorama ship to Canada? Virtual, right? Yeah. Just not for this item? Ugh. That is so frustrating, man. Here are the rails. Thank God we built a few more rails again, because they need they need solder, and we were kind of short on solder. Looking at the road pod mic now, it just needs something for now. Oh, I see. Is that a USB one? No, my train is over here, right? Yeah. Cam broke everything. All right, off we go, finishing the rails. And then I'm just gonna wait for the bots to finish everything else, because we have enough bots. Oh yeah, only 60 entities of missing construction robots. That should go by fastish. We're mostly missing actually the buildings. For Borax, yeah, I need to wait till they finish this. They're on their way. It just takes, a hot minute for them to get there. Look at where my robots are. Oh, the first ones are actually coming. You see these yellowed boxes? These are my robots, and these are the ones that are actually delivering stuff to up here, I think. All right. How's copper looking? We're here now, we're here now. We're at the basic oxygen furnaces already. We just need borax. Yeah, it makes sense, Cam. Like, don't buy something cheap just to have something, and then you have to throw it away in a bit anyway. All of these are cute now that we actually make washers, which is great. So, borax. These are cute as well, which is huge. We still need lubricant. For that, we need the rails, which I'm bringing up there right now. Look at the beautiful rainbow trails. And we're here already. Go robots, assemble all the rails. I'm glad this is coming together pretty quickly. We only have like a few things that are missing. Primarily, oh, now you fix all the rails? Now that I came up here with the rails? Hey, Piano Man. Yeah, we got some nice rainbow trains. None of the other trains are running currently, so it's only mine that makes some nice trails. But yeah, I like that mod. Wow, really, now that I came up here and threatened them with placing it down myself, they're like, no, we placed it down already, don't worry. I'm like, great, thank you. We will be requesting lubricant here. And obviously I didn't connect any of these in my blueprint, which is fine. Then we need a constant combinator. And this is request only, and we want to have lubricant, not the barrels, the real thing. And we want, I think 50, no, we don't want 50,000. We can set how much we want in a train. So I think we want, let's say 5,000 here. And the lubricant train fluid request threshold is 4,000. So when we have 4,000, we send a train. We set this to 3, priority is 50. And do we get something? That needs to be a minus. And we're getting a lubricant train. We can follow that train around. More rainbow trains. This one goes to our base lubricant provider. Oh, these are all temporary stops now. Interesting. Oh, we didn't name them, huh? Did we? Yeah, I need to rename them. I don't want to do that while there's a train on the way, because then the train gets lost, which isn't cool. But for the ones that we already have, I need to rename them. So that is copper processing 1. Or copper plates 1. Input coke. You ordered a Rode AL1 interface, added one previously, and it's the only thing I can find for that price I feel comfortable wasting money on. So you got that now? Well, I hope it works out, nevertheless. We already have tailings. Nice. We need to start getting rid of them. Also hydrogen. Yeah, that's the next thing we have to do after. We'll arrive on Saturday. So Saturday cam stream. Let's go. Wow, they're still not here. What did you deliver? If not one of these things. Oh, something here was still missing? The good thing also is like all the crystal mines have finished being brought up here. So, waiting. That emote is so good. So that is... let's just call it mine. Borax 1. Borax output. That's fine. And we actually can set the limit to 3. Alright, lubricant train, where are you at? Right here. Perfect. How much lubricant did you bring? Like 4,000-ish, right? Yeah. Good, now let's rename it to copper plates 1 input lubricant. Perfect. All right, we got lubricant. We actually got the first copper plates from these here, from the advanced foundries. Now we need to bring in the borax, and the basic oxygen furnaces can work, because I think... Where's the coke? Why did the coke not make it here yet? Oh, there it is. Perfect. Why did it take so long? Oh, because we're missing lubricant. Yeah, the Lotus didn't work without lubricant, so now actually we get coke out as well. Perfect. All right, now next problem is borax, and I think I'm gonna potentially just bring these myself. Can I craft them myself right now? I can make 8 of them. I can make, how many pumps do we need? 2 pumps, so that someone brought already a pump. 2 pumps and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these. All right, let's get up there. Let's bring my train in here. I don't have to walk. Actually, I want you to go this temporary stop because all the train stops are named the same. Yeah, the next load is being delivered because we're missing 5,000 again. And we drive up here. And this will be mine input what was it? Syngas. I'm just gonna call them mine, and Cybersyn doesn't care how the stations are named. Oh, ice cream! I bought some ice cream today. I am looking forward to actually eating more of it, even though I shouldn't. I can't wait to eat more of it. Vanilla caramel fudge from Ben & Jerry's. Oh, it's so good. All right, this one is set up. We need to, again, connect these. Should be in the blueprint, but I didn't put it in the blueprint because I'm bad. Put it here. Put the constant combinator here. So we say request only from A. We want syngas, and we want, let's say when 10,000 are left, request a new load. And the liquid one is 50K. Because that should be 2 wagons, right? Oh, the train's already coming, so you need to get out of the way. All right, train already on the way, bringing us syngas. Picking up syngas from here. This is the syngas that's intended for, yeah, it's 50K. That's intended for over here for the tar processing. But we're gonna steal a little bit, and then further down the road, we make syngas out of What was I thinking? Make syngas out of, well, A, flue gas and coke oven gas. So we can take coke oven gas and make 1,000 flue gas and 100 syngas, and then the 1,000 flue gas we can convert into 100 syngas as well. So we get 200, and there we have syngas. And do we now have? Yep, we have borax. Perfect. So here we still have the old setup, which is fine. I also need to set this up now so it can actually deliver borax. Oh yeah, these are mining trains. Did I make borax a 4 long? I think I might have made borax 4 long, yeah. We need to change that. Otherwise only half the train will be unloaded. We do have the space, I think. Just a pain. I didn't think of that. No, that's raw borax. We still need to do borax processing. So this is fine. We actually need to add a borax processing stage in there. So the 4 was fine. These are already wired up. Let's put another Cybersyn station down, which is provide only. What is in the way? Train station? Provide only on the mining network. And you hooked up to this, and then you have, 200. And it should all be raw borax, right? Yeah, raw borax. It still needs to be washed. We can set this up next. Can we squeeze the borax washing in here? Because actually I have to check on this one. Because that would be convenient. Borax washing doesn't need much. And it's mostly whether these fit. Ground to single R. Ooh, why do you not align? Oh, because I offset it, whatever. Can't go that far. We kind of start here. A 6 doesn't fit, that's the problem. We would have to squeeze it all the way to the right side. And then an L would fit. If we make it like really tight, we could fit one 6 car, and then the 4 cars would fit as well. So we could squeeze the borax washing in here. It would be like super tight. So let's see if we can do that. Round single L is what we need. Yeah, we would have literally squeezed it in here. That could work. What are we deconstructing? Power poles, never a good idea. But yeah, we have this as provider. Very good. Welcome back, Cam. I don't know if I already said that. Is the ice cream already done? That would be fantastic. Or is it still being made? Why can I not get out here? Do I have a broken signal here? Wasn't the creamy? Nice. That fixed it? So all the 6 have a wrong signal on them. That's great. No, it was the wrong... It was this blueprint that I put down here. Why does it have a signal here? Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, this one has the same signal, so the train would be trapped in there. I remove that. Is that part of the 6 blueprint? Can't really imagine that. No, it's not. Where the hell did that signal come from? Yeah, weird. Protein ice cream. Very nice. Oh, we have more syngas coming. Yeah, this is just storage. I was like, wait, is this supposed to be along a train? No, this is just storage. Very good. And now look at that, all of them. That's 3 full belts and 1 half belt. And all of them are actually working, so perfect efficiency with these. That's nice to see. Good. Nevertheless, let's come down here. Let's fix that one power pole that got snip-snapped. And then we need to put a 6 6L unloading here, and then a 4 loading, right, for the washed borax. Yeah. That's why I brought that stuff with me, so I can just build it right away. We still have 1,000 entities that are missing construction. They're missing items. So yeah, but this looks good now. Look how few purple squares we still have. I mean, there's a lot still down here with the automated screeners because we need so many of them. We already put down like 30 or 40 or something crazy like that. The buffs are almost all there. The electrolyzers have a good chunk here. So we're good. The biggest thing we're gonna run out of is the trash capacity. So I might just put an overflow valve and some sinkholes there. Even though the trash network should be efficient enough to get rid of all that stuff for me, it would be, you know, just a precaution. Let's have sinkholes that void it, especially in the beginning where we actually don't have a handling for tailings, when we don't have a central handling for hydrogen and oxygen. So yeah. There you go, build them all. So this is for borax handling now. Is this all covered by the construction network? No, not at all. Well then. Now let's put one down here. We only have the cheap power poles. Where's the next power? Real power down here. You're no longer connected, right? I removed one of these, so this is no longer connected. No, they're all connected, so that's good. Wasn't a necessary power pole I removed. Very good. Yeah, they connect back here, so I removed one that connects them here again. Oh, come robots, be a bit faster. I know you were out for a while and need some energy, it's okay. Drama queens. All right, this one has it as well, and now we just need to take a look at, if I copy this in, it should fit perfectly, right? Yeah. Okay. Now we need to see how much we want to process. Let's switch to Yaft for that. I think we need like 3 here. We need 7 here, so that's already 10 per second. So we should go for probably 30 a second borax washing. Let's do raw borax. I want to input 30 per second, so 2 belts. We do borax washing, we need 21 washes and we get 30 a second of borax out. Do we want or need more? We get a lot of muddy sludge. What do we do with muddy sludge? Only clean Nexilip produce? No. Yeah, we can just wash soil into sand to get muddy sludge every time we want it. Or yeah, soil into muddy sludge. So we're just gonna avoid that. There's absolutely no point in keeping that. So 21 washes we need to kind of squeeze in here, which should be doable. Yeah, they're not that big. How many of those? Yeah, 12 shouldn't be an issue. I can move the radar too, but we might not even have to. So let's do 22, 11 per row. Ah, this is a loader, not an unloader. Damn it. I mean, it's easy to fix. We just remove this part. And we put the R unloading here. And in here, let's remove this. Yeah, I can remove this. Copy this in instead. There we go. Now we have unloading. So these are 2 belts, right? We're gonna balance them nonetheless. We should also lane balance them here because they could come out. Could be consumed unbalanced. Let's put a 2x2 lane balancer there. And then feed it in here on the bottom. And then above. Yeah, it's gonna be tight, but you know, not a problem. Good, you do borax washing. Raw borax and water into borax and muddy sludge. How much do you? 1.42. That's an unlucky combination. And then you output also 1.42. And then we need this for the muddy sludge as well. Oh, thank you for letting me know. Thanks, Alec. Sometimes I do forget. This is the right screen. Let's go over here. Yeah, I used to have my deck link show it to me on another small monitor, but that broke. So now I just have to look at my secondary monitor, and sometimes I forgot. I was busy eating ice cream to type. Was audio only? No worries. Are these 11? These are 11, good. And we move that radar. I'm just gonna move that as well right away. Yeah, just remove where it is. All right, we take this, flip it and rotate it. And here. And over here. And we need the same thing on the inside as well. Oh, it does actually reach over here, so we don't need the second in line. Perfect. Didn't think it would reach over 2, but it does. And then here we have the output. We shouldn't have to lane balance them because we use loaders. All right, lubricant. How do we get the lubricant down here? And down here. All right, connected here. Now let's go over here, I guess. And yeah, for the muddy sludge. We'll just put one of these here. Get instantly thrown. That's water. So we put one of these here. And for the muddy sludge. We put one of the sinkholes there. Perfect. Right, lubricant. Where is lubricant? I mean, kind of everywhere. So we just want to find a nice spot to get through here. We can do that really at any spot. Not cross with these, go one further. Good. We do want to copy. We kind of have to put everything down. Maybe we might as well put everything down now. Should overwrite these. Yeah, that stops that, but that's fine. We need borax anyway. Oh, all these washes instantly queued up. The warehouses are really the slow part, and we need another one of the extensions here. And we need power in here. Can we go here? Yeah. This is a good spot. Alright, where's the next power? Down here. Let me guess, they're all stuck somewhere trying to put down things and wait for other things to be completed? No? Alright, robots. Load up. Do the charge. How's our energy looking? Good. Yeah, they're happy. Pick this up. Yeah, they're mostly working on just removing stuff, but we have some belts on us. Let's put that down. You know, preferably in the borax washing because that's the most important. Yeah, it's waiting for one of the base bots to deconstruct this pipe so it can attach to it, but yeah. Alas, it is waiting a while. Good, right? I wanted to check on the warehouses. Why are we so slow on warehouses? It shouldn't be too complicated, right? Iron plate? We don't have iron plates? We have tons of iron plates. Did the request not work properly? No, this insert is just too slow, really. That's funny. I mean, at some point we're gonna upgrade them. Oh yeah, one thing I wanted to do is when I connect you to the network, can I read... I would like to read the recipe. Outputs a given signal for 1 tick when the recipe completes. I mean, we could have a counter of like every recipe that finished to kind of know what buildings we are producing. So we could set that up later if the mall becomes too unwieldy to know what's being made. And sometimes, like even now, it's already a full screen to figure out where stuff is made. So we could connect all of these together and have like one buffer down here that stores all the signals. And then as soon as a building was constructed once, we know that it is in the system, so to say. How would we... God, how do you do a memory cell again? Is it an arithmetic combinator? No, that's a counter. God, I forgot how to do memory cells. If we do each and output each, I have no power, sure. All right, this is 0, right? And let's put another one here where you output the green wire. I turn it on, off. It does count up. So that is actually exactly what I want. And then it also tells us how many of each we have produced. So we can do that. Take this simple memory cell, each greater 0, output input count. Because it holds it now, right? When this is turned off, it just holds its current state because it's not yeah, it just holds this. It doesn't increase it. And every time we get a tick, it counts up by 1. Let's take this simple construction here. Put it down here, I guess. I need to go manually enable all of the recipe finished output tick on each of these, which is going to be fun. Not read finished, read finished, read finished. What's the control signal? Just output it yourself. Fuck. I have to set the washer too now. Oh, there you go, I can do that. That is some busy work, Jesus. You know, I'm gonna do that in my blueprint. And then this to a power pole. And he said recipe finished, and this is can I even set that to this? Can I even parameterize this? That's the question. Let's set it to the blue battery. I'm gonna make a blueprint out of this. Yeah, blue battery. Yeah, it's a parameter. Yeah, the only way I can get this in there is as a parameter. I can't tell it, you know, be recipe. It can only be an ingredient, so that's kind of... it's kind of pain. Yeah, we just have to do it manually. Oh well. Let's get it done, I guess. Oops, that's not what I wanted. As benefit, we have also a counter of how much of each we have crafted, which is, you know, maybe a useful statistic. At some point. Maybe a fun little fact. Good tidbit. Hector, what are you complaining? My cat's meowing at me. He didn't want any food for dinner, and now he's here and being all complainy. Probably because he's hungry. Hi. What do you want? Huh? Yeah, go down. Good, Hector. All right, where was I? Automated screener. We actually have niobium pipes and stuff like that. So the question is, do I start using niobium pipes? They span much further. And right now we do seem to have enough niobium that it wouldn't be an issue to use those. The question is, long term, how's that looking? And we do have the number of recipes finished in each of these on the machine. But yeah, I want to see if this works. Our little information of what is being made and how much has been made of these. All right. It's still not put down. It's scheduled to be put down. So once it's down, we can check again. Now let's keep working on this here. And all of these are covered now, right? In construction. No, there's a hole in here. Interesting. Let's fix it with as low power pole traversal as possible. I don't think I can even get across here. Oh no, I can. Perfect. There you go, you have power. Build, my robots, build! Oh my god, look at all that garbage in my inventory. When I'm back in the base, I need to get rid of it immediately or my logistics robots are going to be out of commission for a while. Just trying to pick all of that trash up from me. Go robots. All right, what else? So tin is scheduled to be built. Copper is in a good state. Borax washing is scheduled to be built. Borax mining is successfully been done. We provide only on the M network. So what are we waiting for? We're waiting for... This can be deleted. We're waiting for hot air. We can request that now. Is hot air done? We need to kickstart hot air, which will be a pain. So let's put that in our tasks. So kickstart hot air. Borax we're still working on. So in order to kickstart hot air, we need to bring molten salt up here. And I might just put a train. Where's our molten salt right now? I think we brought it all the way to up here somewhere. Let me throw my cat out real quick. There we go. He's like being behind my monitor and looking through, and I'm like, do not scratch my monitor, please and thank you. So we have molten salt somewhere here. We have it at the minimum here, where the molten salt, the biomass reactor is. And we're producing it here. So we can just literally put a little pipe up here and fill up 2 tanks or something of molten salt, drive it up here and unload it, I don't know, from here into the pipe network. Obviously it's temporary because they all circle. We only need to fill it up once. And then bricks, we need to put a ton of bricks in here. So we need to bring a few thousand bricks to get that kickstarted as well. And then what does this produce? You have coke oven gas of 250 degrees, right? Where do your coke oven gas go? Last flow when output is under 80%. It's 0. These do connect, but the coke oven gas is 0 too. How? Where did it go? You want to tell me you made 0 coke oven gas? Oh, there it is. But this one didn't get any? That's interesting. Yeah, these all have something. How did you not get any? You are connected. Yeah, you're all connected to the same network. Interesting. So we kickstart this left side first. Okay, what we will do, and I might do that off stream because it might just take a while and be a lot of fiddling. Bring hot molten salt, put it into this pipe, and make this start up. And we have to bring as long liquid molten salt till this one is running like by itself in a circle and doesn't need any additional molten salt anymore. And then we bring bricks here, you know, start up here. Insert like maybe 1,000 bricks here, and that will start up. That will use stone brick and use the coke oven gas to produce warm stone brick and cold coke oven gas. The warm stone brick will be used to fill up this one, and the cold coke oven gas will be used to be reheated to 500 degrees, and then the 500 degrees will heat up the warmer stone brick, and then that kickstarts the whole thing. Why is this pump still missing? Are we not making pressure pumps? Are you down now? Yes. There we go. I like that. Why is it on the red signal? Oh, the red, yeah, the red signal is the permanent one. That's why I want this one here. You know what? I just go for... No, I need this one. That's the problem when you're lacking the most basic things like power poles. Pressure pumps. I'm really not making pressure pumps. It looks like we may not be making pressure pumps. At least I don't see them. Anybody else see pressure pumps here? Nope. All right, put down a crafter. For pressure pumps. Yeah, we're still missing inserters. No, we actually have one inserter. Congrats. How many fast inserters do we have? 1. Oh, yeah. Perfect. We actually do have 1 simple circuit board. Never mind. We're still severely short on simple circuit boards. But yeah, once this one is built and the inserters are actually... It seems like these inserters are promised already. I don't know where they would come from, but it says that these are scheduled. Yeah, there's only 1 in here. Maybe 1 is down here or something that got picked up again. So we'll see. Hopefully these are being built soon and we get the pressure pump figured out. So this needs to be kickstarted. We have raw coal here. This is the second station that will provide raw coal, right? Yep. And we need a threshold here. Do we have a threshold here? No. Minus 8K. What is the threshold for you? It's 500, 1,000, 4,000. I mean, it worked without the threshold. Why are you red? Request only on M. That's why. And now we get a request here as well. Perfect. Yeah, it's always this. Are we making these pie tanks 100 kiloliters? That's the next question. I don't think we do. Yeah, I don't think we make those. We make these ones. We make, where are they? Down here, these ones that we use the most, but I don't think we make the pie tank 100K. And it's a useful one to have, certainly. Let's plop it down. 90. 20 of them, that sounds good. All right. I think that's it for tonight. Next step is kickstarting hot air and making that go round and round. Coal dust out, we already have some coal dust. Ash out, we didn't have any ash yet because these weren't running. But after that, we need to take care of ash, trash, and coal dust trash management. The hot air, well, we need this one to actually pump it in here and then distribute it, which will be nice to have. Couldn't find any train on the correct network to make a delivery from coal mine 1 output raw coal to tar processing 1. So we are out of trains, right? Yeah, we're out of trains, which is fine. So all the trains are on the way right now. Yeah, there's one here. There's one here. They both go to tar making, and then actually the tar one doesn't get enough of them. Like it also has 2 of them right here. Oh no. But yeah, here it has 2 of them. And the other one is here, just loading up on raw coal. Good, but that's it for today's stream. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button so you get notified when the next stream is. Thank you all for being here. My plan is, I'm not sure if I'm going to stream tomorrow because we have a big Arma 3 event in the morning that could go late. If I stream, it's probably around the same time as today. If I don't, then I'll be back on Saturday for sure. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for chatting, for lurking, for liking, for subscribing. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.